releasing that and bringing the left foot back so it faces forward, and let's come down. So you might want blocks for this. If you bring your hands to the inside of the left foot, we'll do this baby to start with. So dropping the knee out, and then that's your inhale. As you exhale, you plant that foot back down again and squeeze the left knee into the left arm and bring that back leg up, and you're kind of squeezing everything. So you inhale, drop and let it zhuzh out, and then as you exhale, you ground down, squeeze. So inhale and exhale. Okay, and then the block part, so either carry on doing that, or you could hold this. If you want to come down, then you can come down onto your forearms. You might want a block or cushions or something like that to do that. And then you're continuing with that squeezing. So I'm still trying to draw my left leg towards my left shoulder. Breathing there. Left hand goes to the centre of the mat. Left foot steps back and you go onto the outside edge of the left foot. You have a choice here. You can either step the right foot forward and come into a side shenanigans like that, or you can have your right foot on top of your left. Breathing there. Hopefully my arms straight. And then you can roll over into plank. Bosh. Exhale, lowering yourself down, zhuzh yourself back. Inhale, up dog, cobra, whatever you want to do. Exhale, down dog. Breathe. Inhale, look at your hands, jump. Or step towards them and lengthen. Exhale, fall. Inhale, all the way up. And release. Take a moment. Tune into what's going on. Grounding down through the right foot. Inhale, taking the arms up and bringing the left leg up. Stretching up. Exhale, taking the hands through cactus and push the wall away. Breathing there. Softening the face. Inhale, arms up, bringing the thigh up again as far as you can. As you exhale, you bend the standing knee. Sweep the arms back and step that left leg back. Balls of the feet. Breathing there. Torso upright, waist coming up out of the hips, extending up through the crown of the head. Just imagine that lovely, friendly giant. Oh, I've got a multicoloured plunger today, guys. Oh, and a multicoloured beard. That's nice. And then, as you exhale, slowly bending that back knee and coming down. Taking the right leg, foot even, out to the side, toes to the side of the mat, and then you can bring the left hand down, sinking down there. Just keeping the connection with the right foot, right hand to right knee, sends that out. And getting a bit of a stretch through this left quad. Lengthening up, opening the chest, drawing the heel into the bottom. Breathing. And then if you want to, take hold. Just gives that quad a bit more of a stretch, I think, really. And then opening the chest. Breathing. Releasing the leg, bringing the right foot back in straight, and then popping the hands down on the inside of that right foot. As you inhale, you're dropping the right knee out. The exhale then grounds down through the right foot, and you squeeze everything. Inhale. Exhale. So if you want to, you might need blocks or bolsters or cushions or whatever you fancy. You then come down onto the forearms, keep squeezing. So you're drawing that right leg in towards the right shoulder. Breathing there. And then taking the right hand into the centre of the mat, the right foot steps back and you go on the outside edge of the right foot. Either bring the left leg up to a 90 degree or put the left foot on the right foot, stretching the arms up. And then you can swing yourself back round to plank. Exhale, lower yourself down, zhuzh yourself back. Inhale, up dog. And then drop the knees and send yourselves into child's pose. Breathe. One of the things that we're trying to cultivate is an ease of transition from a parasympathetic state to a sympathetic state. So you want to be able to swap in between those states readily. So one is your alert state, your sympathetic is your alert state. And so fight and flighty, but you need to be alert for a lot of things, so it's not necessarily because you've got a vicious lion after you. And then your parasympathetic is your relaxation state, and that is when your immune system and your digestive system and all those vital functions work. So a healthy autonomic system allows you to move between those two states readily. Bottom line is, if you're going to be active, like if you're banging out loads of sunnies, coming to rest in child's pose and noticing how that all slows down is really useful. It's really useful to come in and out of rest during your practice, because you teach your nervous system to behave itself, and that's really helpful. Okay, so from child's pose, let's inhale, come up onto all fours. And drawing the hands towards the knees and the knees towards the hands, so engaging a bit of belly. And then you can go the other way, so send the knees away and the hands away. Swapping in between those two, drawing them together and sending them away. Tucking the toes under, and we'll just lift the knees off the ground. And if you're still comfortable here, you can see what extending the right leg out does. Makes your quads activate, that's what that does. So I'm trying not to activate my quads quite as much. I'm trying to get the strength out of them, so I'll just do those and then come back down, exhale back into child's pose. Inhale, coming back up. Driving down through the shins and the left hand, and inhaling the right arm up. Ooh. See if we can go a little bit further. We're going to do calves on the shoulders, so rolling all the way up, palm faces up behind you. Then you can tap the fingertips down on the mat by your knee. So your inhale sends the arms up, and then you swivel it round in the socket. Ooh. And bring it back down again. So staying with the right arm, inhale it up, and then swivel it in its socket as much as you can without moving the rest of the body. Tap it down, inhale it up, swivel, exhale down. Once more, inhale it up, swivel, exhale, inhale, swivel. Left hand, wash down through the shins, inhale the arm up, swivel it round, tap it down. Back the way you came. Notice if it's different on this side, what the body wants to do to have a little cheat. Ooh. Some wrist lifts, so lifting the thumb, driving the fingers down, and then you're lifting the palms up. Back down into child's pose. Inhale, coming back up. Exhale, tucking the toes, downward dog. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, knee to nose. Place the foot, swivel the back foot so the foot's at 90. Right fingertips down to the outside of the right foot, and you do the fingertips up. Breathing there. Turning the head down and kind of looking at the ground. You want to run in line with your little toe. We're going to kind of hotch forward and place the fingers in line, the hand in line with the little toe. Like so. So I'm still on my fingertips. If you want to block, grab a block. And then bringing the gaze up half moon pose. Hopefully I'm straight. Breathing. I'm trying to like have less tension in my quads, so I'm not flexing this left foot in as many postures as I was. Do whatever you want to do. Exhale, you take the left hand down and you kind of align the pelvis, so the pelvis is now running parallel with the floor, and then I kind of am flexing the foot, but not that much. And then I'm bringing my right arm up and following that. Exhale. The right hand comes down. Pop the left foot back down, but at a bit of an angle. And as Ashley says, railway tracks. So there's a bit of a stagger, so you've got room for your pelvis to, again, line up and be parallel with the front of the mat. Inhale, lengthen from here. Driving you're kind of sucking the right hip back into the socket. And exhale, just coming down. And that's quite a strong pose for me. it's, I'm getting a stretch in my hamstrings. Really trying to suck that right hip back. Inhale then, lengthening, popping the hands down and stepping back into your downward dog. Which has just got to be the most amazing pose. Always feels so nice going into my downward dog. That said, I didn't used to. I remember it being the pose from hell. So if it's still the pose from hell for you, remember it does turn into the dream pose. Which is the same for child's pose. Like for some people, child's pose is the pose from hell. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, knee to nose. Place the foot, right foot to 90. Fingers down to the outside of the left foot, and you inhale. And there's a real lift, lengthen. Breathing. And then you can look down, assess where you're going to put your hand and zhuzh yourself forward. Exhale, right hand comes down. Pelvis parallel with the floor. Inhale, left arm up. So softening the face, breathing, feeling the breath in the belly. Exhale, left hand goes down, right leg goes down. Inhale, lengthen, suck the left hip back. Exhale, coming down and breathing. Don't have to come down if you don't want to. If you want to stay lengthening, stay lengthening. Inhale, lengthen. And then popping the hands down, stepping back into downward dog. Inhale, look at your hands, jump or step towards them and lengthen. Exhale. Inhale, coming all the way back up. Exhale. And just breathing. Right foot forward, you're going to step the left foot back nice and wide. Right foot forward. Okay, so the outside edge of the back foot runs parallel with the back edge of the mat, and then you zhuzh out that heel a little bit, just a slight bit, so you get this power coming down. You want an even pressure through the feet, and then inhale, so you're drawing the waist up out of the hips and keeping your torso stationary. As we exhale, the movement is just in this front leg. Did you see? Drive the knee to the right, so you engage that right glute, and you're trying to keep your pelvis, it's not going to be parallel with the long edge of the mat, but that's the kind of aim. You're aiming for a bit of an open shenanigans. And then you inhale, take the arms up, relax the shoulders and shoot good vibes out of your fingertips. Doo-doo. Breathing there. Inhale, straighten the front leg. As you exhale, you extend forward as much as you can and then take the hand down. Inhale, fingertips to the ceiling or hand on hip, but you want to make sure you're opening the chest as you do that. And then it's up to you. You can look up if your neck's all right. I actually prefer to look forward. Doesn't matter. Do whatever feels right. Trikonasana again. What a brilliant pose. You get this, and you get this. Oh, in fact, that's quite nice. Doing that's quite nice. You could do that and then come back up. Inhale there, exhale, inhale. And then you can inhale, come up and step yourselves back to the front of the mat. Other side, inhale, lengthen, exhale, step that right baby back, check the feet, extend up, exhale, bend the front knee, engage the glute, soften the face, inhale, take the arms up, and doo-doo, shoot good vibes from your fingertips. My friend Nimi would shoot rainbows, doo-doo, which is a nice thing to shoot. Breathing there. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Exhale, extend, extend, extend. Ooh, and then take the hand down. Inhale, fingertips to the ceiling. Or hand to hip, whatever you fancy. Breathing there. And then you can do that whole baby if you want to. Stretching out that way, stretching out that way. Swooping the arm down, popping the hands down. And let's just step back onto all fours. I feel the need for some cat-cow action. As you exhale, you tuck the tailbone under, curl all the way up and drop the bottom back towards the heels. Inhale, forearms down. Just kind of draw the elbows together as you scoop yourself forward and bosh yourself back up. Exhale. And maybe side to side. So you swing your hips over to the right, tuck the tailbone under, curl all the way up. As you're doing that, you swing the hips back over to the left and drop everything. Okay. And I'm just dropping the heel, just dropping the bottom to the heels, coming back up, dropping the bottom to the heels, coming back up, tucking the toes under, back into downward dog. And then looking at the hands and taking the right knee to the right wrist and the left knee to the left one. And sit yourselves down. I think actually I'm just going to do Cossack legs, people, Cossack legs. So I happen to have gone over onto my left side. Get yourself stacked, send the top hip away so you have a bit of space under here. And then heel to knee and knee to knee. So I personally flex the foot, heel to knee, and then when I go knee to knee, I point. But I mean, really the thing is this action here. And then if you add some speed to it, it should start activating the glute. So once you start feeling it, which I am, do another 5, say 3, 4, 5, and just rest for a second. Check the top hip thing, you can see, so if I've collapsed in, so my hips are now not stacked, if I engage stuff and send this top hip away, I get a bit of a gap here. I have to hold it a little bit, but my hips are on top of each other. And then with the floppy foot again, definitely with the floppy foot, I've found that this, and just play with the angle of where your knee is, but I found that if I go here, yeah, so that has activated my glute. So I've got the floppy foot, and I kind of turned my knee in a little bit. And then I haven't got my quads on, but I have got my glute on. So breathing here. Play with this. Play with the angle. Play with the foot. Play with how high you can raise the leg. Cool. And then let's zhuzh on over the other side. So, same thing, just check that stacking. And we'll start with the Cossack legs. The higher you have this knee, the harder you have to work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Enjoy the burn, people. Enjoy the burn. Right. Check the old hip action. And then for me, floppy foot definitely, and this kind of slight rotation in the hip. Oh my goodness, my right one's going as well. But that, yes. Breathing there. That was strong. That definitely makes my glutes work and not my quads. But play with it. Right, I'm just going to do some windscreen wipers to finish, but my little toes are cold. Here. I shared a link on my, I think on the oils page, and I did some stuff on stress, and I shared a link to a yoga nidra thing that the rather fabulous Andrew Huberman had suggested. He's a pretty amazing neuroscientist, so if you get a chance, I highly recommend any pod. Just go to Spotify. And, oh, that's the dog back. Oh, and she's getting a wash. That's how lovely Sue and Richard are. They also wash her. I've lost my train of thought. I know I said something about Huberman. Oh, Yoga Nidra. That it's really nice. So he really recommends Yoga Nidra. Its meditation's amazing, but Yoga Nidra is like a non-focused form of relaxation, which I think a lot of it I kind of do when if you do a body scan and someone else is